My goat.
Is it recording? It is recording. Okay. Hey guys, welcome and happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
I'm Tyler McCoy.
I'm Sadie Nardini.
We just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about some inspiration that we work on every day. This is really bringing about how do you make your intentions happen? How do you make your goals? Sadie?
Oh my lord.
It's tough.
It's hard. It's
tough.
hard, Tyler.
It's hard.
It's hard. You know what? We all have dreams and goals, things we want to get to. Some common goals that I hear are like, I want more money.
Yeah.
I don't want to work as hard, or I don't like my job. I want to change.
I want to lose weight or get healthy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to create miracles. That's great.
That's not common, but that's,
No.
that's what she does.
You know, because I'm enlightened.
Right.
To my own awesomeness. But no, so you have goals and dreams, whatever they are, and goals and dreams are by nature lofty. They're big.
Yeah.
They're big picture items.
Right, they're inspiring, and they should be. Like if you're living your life and you're like, God, I have to get up this morning and go do what I got to do. That's kind of like not a great way to live. We would rather live inspired, in a place where you're like, oh my God, I have today and I get to do what I want to do. That's really awesome. So that's why you should have goals, even if they seem. At sometimes they may seem too big. We don't want to get out of control though. You don't want to have like.
I want to rule the world.
I want to be president of the United Nations of the world.
I want to be president of Uganda.
Well, you might be able to do that. I don't know what that is.
That's not actually the biggest goal there is. I think so. I don't know. But the point is.
Don't do that.
There's a lot of competition for tiny dreams and medium-sized dreams. So I like to dream big, but. Like Tyler said, you have to be realistic about your dreams. It can't be like, I want to be a billionaire by next Thursday, but to say I want to begin to make twice as much as I spend on my bills.
Right. A lot of times you'll hear people say something like, I want to be rich. It's like, great, that's a great inspirational goal, but it's too vague.
Yeah.
There's no clarity with what does that mean? I was like, well, because then you never get anywhere with it. You just always have this thing out in the future, and you're like, wow, I wish that could actually happen.
Yeah, I want to be an artist. I want to be the artist that I am in my life. Well, that's a great goal, but what we want to offer you today is something that, like he said, we work on every day. Now, both he and I are envisioners. We're creatives. We're not the most structured people in the world, but we have the capacity to be. And the thing is, we're asking you to do the same thing, to stretch, to go into that place where maybe you're great at it, maybe not so much, but to be able to create an infrastructure for your dreams.
Mm-hmm. Or if you're really good at structure, then to find something that pushes your boundaries and starts to say how that seems impossible. Either way, it's about pushing yourself into a balancing, so you're not over tipping one way or the other. For us, because we do have all these great visions all the time, the structure is really more the challenge. And so rather than say get rich, well, make some. I like to put some physical ideas out. Like, for example, I want to make $100,000 a year. Cool, that's an idea. That's like a thing I can wrap my mind around, Or I want to have a brand new Maserati or something. That's my goal. Is someday to own a really badass car or something, or a really cool. I want to have an old school Indian motorcycle, like a 1940s, 50s classic motorcycle. Okay. So that's cool. That's a goal. That's what I can now begin to work towards that particular goal and keep my mind on it, keep my focus,
Yeah. So energy, consciousness, the universe, whatever brings your dreams to you, likes you to be specific. So too broad, too general, it's going to fly out into the ether and never get accomplished. Now, once you have a more specific goal in mind, you can start backing it up. You can start bite-sizing it. So you want to think, okay, I want to make $100,000 a year. That's about $8,000 to $10,000 a month. What would you have to do differently to begin to bring in more income? What creative ideas do you have? What space do you need to make? And you can begin then to write down a weekly plan for how you can take actions towards those goals.
And it takes time and effort. That's the thing. I think a lot of people don't realize how much effort it takes to really use your creative mind. Like, okay, what can I do this week, and how can that then lead to the next week, and so on, so that it all structures well. But if you take that time and begin to really parcel it out and take the time to really write it out, like writing I think is extremely helpful. Write it down, put it into a visible form that is accessible to you. Like, I'm a very visual person, so I like to see those things put into some kind of an order, and then okay, now I get it. And for me, I can begin to then take things one at a time, and don't go into overwhelm. That's huge. Don't go to a place where you're like, oh, it's impossible, I could never do that. take it bit by bit. Don't look at, you know what your end goal is, but you have to stay present.
I like that. Writing lists down is really important, and then revisiting them every week. So maybe you have a business meeting with yourself each Monday at noon. Over lunch, you have a business lunch with yourself. And that's when you have those moments of clarity, of revisiting that list, of seeing what you checked off, and of really putting it down for the next week. So maybe take it in week-sized pieces. So for example, Tyler and I are interested right now in moving more into passive income, into online teaching. So we found some great platforms to do that, among them Facebook, YouTube, and our new online classroom, our online yoga studios. We have two separate studios on powwow.com. And so we need every week to shoot content for those, to reach out and be with our community on those and figure out what we need to do. So Mondays are our business meetings, and then we say, what are we shooting? What are we shooting tomorrow? And Wednesday and Thursday is marketing day, and this is this day. And we just have to do that. Do we want to do it all the time? No, I don't. I want to go out and swim and, Barton Springs and have a coffee.
Or sometimes you just want to stay inside and not go do the hard thing. But then that's about how important is it to you to get your inspiration? It's how great could it be? Can you actually let that greatness be your pulling you forward rather than you forcing it? Wow, this is so exciting. To get excited about it is a really useful tool.
Yeah, and to use those moments not as just more hard work in your day, but as fun, creative times where you are being the artistic person you are, where you are the architect of your own visions. It's really exciting. That work is good work. That work, every moment that you spend working is another minute spent on you, to grow you, to transform you, and to create your life into something you're really passionate about.
Yeah. I think it's extremely important. I think you can do it. You just have to really clear out all the blockages in the way, just begin to step into it step by step. Just even the thought, maybe I can, maybe this is possible, is a huge step.
Yeah.
Huge.
And back when I was sitting in a cubicle for a certain computer company, who shall remain nameless, writing baby websites for a living in a totally beige, no windowless room, from that to this, where I'm free to do what I love and travel all over and know great people and all this stuff, that didn't happen by accident. I figured out where I wanted to go, and I did my best to create the environment by my actions, by my structure. Can I do better? Yeah, of course, I can always do better, but I've come a long way, baby. And so have you, Tyler.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
It's been wonderful. It's all step by step, though. You can't let yourself get overwhelmed, or never let yourself get defeatist about it. Just stay inspired, stay intrigued, find the way that you can stay in your own flow. That's the secret.
And have as much fun doing it as you possibly can, because in the end, that's what matters, is that you're enjoying this day and it feels creative and fulfilling to you.
Yeah.
So maybe these ideas will help you out a little bit. They sound simple, not so simple, but again, it's life's work. So life's work is amazing.
And very important. The key. It's the secret.
It's the secret. Shh, now you know. Later.